The first thing God did for Israel was to give Israel laws. Once they had obtained their freedom, the first thing he gave them was laws. Without law and order, a nation cannot develop. African nations often remain shy of development, fall short of development possibilities. Why? Because we are the victims of weak or little or no law enforcement at all. One problem in Africa is law enforcement. We lack it. Our problem in Africa is not the lack of resources. We have more resources than 80% of the continents on the face of the earth. In fact, some say that we are the richest continent as it concerns resource. Our problem in Africa is not the lack of health care. Our problem in Africa is not the lack of infrastructure. Our problem in Africa is not the resulting ethnic conflict. Because if we had law enforcement, law and order, all these things we listed above would not be problems. The reason why there's no health care is because there's no law that is enforced to stop leaders from stealing. If the leader knew that if he stole, like they do in Malaysia or Indonesia, that they would kill him, he would not steal. If he knew that he would be locked up in jail for 40 years, 50 years, that he'd be dragged in front of the street, in front of his children, he would not steal. And because of stealing, we have no health care, we have dilapidated infrastructure, we don't have sufficient infrastructure to carry the load of 178 million people today and nearly 500 million in 60 years. We don't even care about our children. We're laying up no inheritance for them. An inheritance is not money and mutuals, it's roads, infrastructure, networks, viable power delivery systems, viable industry and opportunity for our nation. Without law and order, a nation cannot develop. Cannot develop. That's why resources are being frittered away. That's why healthcare is barely existent, and it gives no care. It really gives complication. When you go to the doctors here, they don't have equipment. They give you a wrong diagnosis, and they treat the wrong diagnosis and kill you in the process. That because of the lack of law and order, the two worst things you can encounter in Nigeria are a hospital and the police force. And the problem is that when the law enforcement has such significant endemic, complicated problems, how will we ever develop when those meant to enforce the law have no capacity to enforce it at all? So we must raise up reformers who will see it as their prophetic call, their apostolic call to go into law enforcement, reform, redesign absorption, recruitment, training, and then remuneration of police officers. There must be ideological renewal of values.